All right, so if Al Michaels is going to win social media and be a social media influencer, this guy already is. Justin Thomas has kept us entertained on social media, putting shots into his little Augusta Tervis tumbler, practicing, getting balls to bounce back to him. But then the best part, the best one, this was early on, the lefty challenge with Ricky Fowler. Fowler shot 94 and Justin Thomas 101. This was early on before we got to a little bit deeper level of social distancing and isolation, but Justin Thomas, not the lefty golfer that Ricky Fowler is. We can go on record with that. Justin Thomas, FedEx Cup winner, a dozen or so PGA Tour wins, 2017 PGA champion, formerly #1 in the world, currently in the top 5, joins us now live here on Lunch Talk Live. So can you break 100 as a lefty? I think that's the piercing question I need to ask you before we go any further.
I can. I've only played 18 holes twice, but I shot 99 the first time I did it.
Okay. All right. Good. So you have broken 100. So there's no mental barrier for you there. I feel better. Feel better about that. How are you trying to get by with this time on your hands here over the last few weeks?
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, for me, I haven't really had any desire to play golf. I mean, not that I guess I really could. Most of the courses are closed anyway, but it's just like my dad and I talked about, what's the point of going out and grinding and trying to get, my swing exactly where we want it when we're not going to start for another couple of months. It's one thing to go play here or there, which I did early in the time off. But honestly, now I've been working out a bunch, just doing a lot of stuff in my backyard, and a couple friends luckily have some home gyms, so I've been bumming off them a little bit and just trying to stay in shape and use this time as positive as I can, and pretty much just picking one thing a week to clean out. And I don't know if I have enough weeks left, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to leave with the most organized society that we've ever had whenever we all get back to reality. Your dad, Mike, for those many who know golf know, but for those who don't follow the sport real closely, your dad, Mike, PGA of America professional, he's been your coach. He and your mom have been so apparent and so present at so many of your successes. How much of a joy has it been for you to be able to share a ride to #1 in the world and a major championship with your mom and dad with you almost every step of the way here?
Yeah, it's really special. I'm very fortunate to have great parents, and I get along with them so well. I mean, you spent some time around them, and always so gracious and nice to them, I have to add. But it just, I'm lucky. I mean, I don't think anything of it. It's not like I do it because I feel like I need to, or I have to, or it's like, oh, they're my parents. They have to come to the tournament with me. They have to stay in a house with me, or it just feels second nature. And I do understand, like I said, that I am very lucky. I know that relationship doesn't exist amongst everybody, and I try to take advantage of it. And, with my dad and I being player coach and father-son, we differentiate that when we need to, but mom's always there, and she's seen a lot of my golf tournaments over the course of, I guess, about 20 years now it's been. So, yeah, it's great, but I'm very, very just happy to have them along for everything they've been so far.
Let's talk Augusta, because this should be the afternoon when you're getting ready to move over to that little beautiful place, the par 3 course, for that unique par 3 contest before the Masters starts on Thursday. What are you missing the most about not being at Augusta this week?
I can't pick one thing. I really can't. But I do know that I miss the vibe. You know how it is. It's walking out from the lunchroom and just going to that first tee, that putting green. It's like just a totally different buzz. It's one thing when you're over on the range and the facilities or the parking lot, but just to me, it always changes as soon as you get on the other side of the clubhouse. It's just you're kind of open to all the grass and all the trees, the pine straw. You can hear the roars, whether it's a practice round or a tournament. There's always roars happening, and it's just it's something that you can't describe. But if you've been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I definitely miss that part. Just the simple, big ovation that you get on every hole, because there's people on every hole. There's so many people at that tournament that behind every green and every fairway, behind every tee, people put chairs up that they want to be there to watch. They want to watch the best players in the world. And now we're just going to have to wait, a handful of months before we give them a show, hopefully.
Yeah, it's a gathering. It's a gathering of the entire sport, and I just have always had the sense that you and Rory McIlroy, you guys are going to win that thing one day, and you guys are going to be perfect fits for what Masters champions are all about. I hope to see that someday. Let me talk about the schedule, because the Masters is supposed to be in November, which would be this amazing scene of the leaves changing. If that happens, fingers crossed. But if the schedule, the way it's laid out now with the Open Championship canceled, we could be looking at 2 majors, the FedEx Cup playoffs highlighted by the Tour Championship, and the Ryder Cup, all in an 8-week stretch. That's going to be a lot. Have you, as you looked at that this week, have you thought about what that stretch could be like for somebody like you who would be involved in almost all of that?
I know one thing. I really, really would like to be peaking come August to November. It sure seems like a good time to be hitting your stride. It's funny because I was talking with a couple players earlier this week that, this is always the time of year that we're trying to peak. We've been working from December, January till now April to be going this way. It's start the major season. And now you kind of have to regress and say, okay, well, where do I need to start? What proper things do I need to do to make sure now that I'm peaking in August, September, and November? And it's going to be crazy. So, we all get ready. We all prepare for the majors, and that's something that we're going to have to treat differently and try to get ready. I know that I'm going to be doing everything I can. I'm doing everything I can now, even at home and quarantine, staying at home to try to make sure that when I do go through the stretch, I'll be in shape and as ready as I can be.
One last quick one. If this deal happens without fans being on the other side of the ropes, how do you think that will impact competition for you guys?
It'll be bizarre. I don't know how to describe it. I think I've maybe had one tournament. I think I did in Japan this year. I played with Rory and Xander, I think it was. We had no fans, and it's so crazy. It's just you're finding yourself like sarcastically waving to the crowd and no one there. I look up and I can have a conversation with my dad walking down the fairway outside the ropes, and you see your buddies over on a couple holes over, you yell, say what's up. Like it just feels like a fun round of golf. And then next thing you know, I'm like, wait, it's Saturday of a PGA Tour event. Like so for me, it was hard to get focused. And, I feed off the crowd. I feed off that energy, and a lot of us do. So it's definitely going to be an adjustment if that's the case. But that being said, there's still going to be one winner at the end of every week. So someone's gonna think it's all right. So hopefully it'll be me.
Well, I missed watching the national championship game in college basketball on the Monday of Masters Week with you and your dad. It's one of the traditions that a whole bunch of us have. So we missed that. We missed seeing you there. We look forward to seeing you on the golf course sometime soon. And thanks for joining us. Best to mom and dad, the rest of your family.
Thank you, Mike. Good talking to you. We'll hopefully see you soon.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.